This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Thank you. Welcome back to the Jade Fox Advice Show. I know we went on a little hiatus. We had to take a break. We were moving studios. It was a whole thing, but we are back in the studio today and we are here to change some lives. And as you know, with each show, we like to open up with a few words of wisdom. And today is no different. You cannot spell together without to get her. But sometimes, in order for us to be together, you have to get you. And that is to get you. The show must go on. Let's begin. Now, a lot of people have been asking me for guidance when it comes to their exes, especially with quarantine, how to get over an ex and how to avoid reconnecting with an ex. And I think that it's important to note, times are lonely, right? Yeah, times are lonely. And unfortunately, Netflix can't give you a nice embrace. And so we're missing that human contact that we once had. But it's important to note that our exes aren't humans. They are creatures sent from hell to make our lives shit, right? So we need to let that crustacean rot in the pits of the sea to never see the light of day again, because that's where they've always belonged. You were Little Mermaid and you brought that crustacean up onto land. When you thought you wanted legs, you forgot how pretty your tail was. And so here you are, back on land, black feet with a sea urchin. Are you happy? No. You weren't happy then and you're not gonna be happy now when you reintroduce this back into your life. So throw the fish back into the sea and sis, go swimming with their friends. Do not call your ex. It is not worth it. And as soon as you start contact with them again, you'll be reminded why. But now you've given this bitch hope. And is that something that you really want to give people in the middle of a pandemic? No. Moving on. I graduated college 2 years ago and I'm feeling completely lost on what to do with my life. I feel like this is something that we've all felt before, right? Everyone in the audience, yeah? It is 2020. It is the end of days. Quite literally, everyone and everything is lost. There are fires happening in places where there's nothing but ice. There is snow happening in the desert. The weather is lost. Mother Nature is lost. Everything is misplaced. So why do you feel like you have to have your shit together? You are in a condition when we are dealing with conditions that are not together themselves. It's very easy to go on social media and see people seemingly with their shit together. No one has it together. No one does. But they know that there's people that are looking for them to have their shit together, so they make it look like they do. But when I tell you no one knows what they're doing right now, everyone is just out here doing their best. It's the truth. So be lost. Embrace being lost. Embrace not knowing. Embrace the unknown, because you will figure it out eventually. Have faith that you will figure it out eventually. But for now, maybe watch Lost. Lose yourself in the music. The moment, you own it. And you better never let it go. I like a man. How do I stop? 'Cause wow. That's a toughie. That's, no pun intended. That's rough skin. That's hard work. This is what you do. You walk up to him and you say, it's the 3-in-1 shampoo for me. It's the grout on the back of the neck for me. It's the mommy issues for me. It's the pubes on the bar soap for me. It's the beard having a weaker connection than T-Mobile for me. It's the gooch smelling like goat cheese for me. It's the TJ Maxx polo draws for me. It's the wearing a women's size 9.5 for me. It's the hairline throwing it back better than me for me. And at this point, he's gonna hate you and feel so emasculated that he's not even gonna wanna talk to you anymore. And he might make a rap album about you, but that says more about him than it does you. And there you go, nigga be gone. How to deal with having too many white friends. They're woke, but talking about race with them, shit. You need to have an escape plan. You need to go to your local Hollister, go to the middle of the store with them, and then leave. They're gonna be so concentrated on the faded skinny jeans, they won't even know that you left, and never speak to them again. Staying consistent and not falling off. How do you do that? I'm a bad bitch always. And once the bad bitch is activated, it is impossible to turn it off. You need to activate your bad bitch, because once you do, any situation you get in, you're going to remind yourself, wait a minute, I'm a bad bitch. And then somehow you will figure it out. Your bad bitch is frozen. Your bad bitch subscription has paused. Update the card on your bad bitch subscription. Get a bang out of life. How do I stop friend zoning my crushes and actually flirt with them? Figure out why you're so afraid of intimacy. What is it about you that you haven't accepted, that you don't want them to know, that is preventing you from actually getting to know these people and have them get to know you? You have to get to the root of the problem, you guys, so that you can plant the seeds of the solution. Because even with bad roots, beautiful fruit can grow. And you are the sun that has to let it shine on that soil. Also, maybe just like stop being a bitch. How do I stop validating myself based on how well others perceive me? I can taste the mommy issues on this one. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Just you. You looking back at you. When other people see you, it's also a mirror, but they see them looking back at them through you. So, when people look at you and perceive you a certain way, it's really a perception of themselves. And their perception is not your perception of you, because when you look in the mirror, you perceive you as only one lonely bitch. But now you got all these other perceptions. It's hard to weed it out. How do you perceive that? Only time will tell. You win some, you lose some. Miss one, next 15 one coming. In the end, your perception of yourself is more important because it's the one that you face the most. And other people's perception of you is not based in your actual worth, but your worth to them. What you do for them, what you provide for them. Maybe you should focus on what you do for you and what you provide for you. Just saying. My girlfriend is an overthinker and often worries about money. How do I help? I need you to answer these questions for me. When you're in one room, do you leave the lights on in another? Do you take 37-minute showers? Do you charge the iPad, your headphones, your AirPods, all at the same time? Do you be ordering sides on Postmates? Do you have to get every Fenty drop? You don't even have eyelids like that. I think you know how to help your girlfriend stop overthinking about money. How do I propose during a pandemic? You don't. It's the middle of a pandemic, and do you really want to be kneeling on the floor right now? Right now? Distance learning sucks, and it's hard to stay engaged and interested. Tips? Well, drop out. Or log off, I guess. And then come back when you actually want to be there. Until then, you're just gonna be a Google Chrome dropout. How to flirt. I had an overwhelming amount of people asking for tips on how to flirt, how to talk to their crushes. And we're honest on this platform, aren't we? Samantha, I told you to cut those bangs off and you didn't. So you don't listen, but maybe you will. The problem with your flirting style is maybe you're just like a little ugly. And sometimes when you're just like a scotch, a tinge of ugh, you have to make up for it in areas such as personality or intellect or humor. And maybe those areas are not fully baked just yet. Now, I could have had 11-year-olds asking me this, or people well into their 30s asking me on advice on how to flirt. And really, you are on your own journey here. But if you are struggling with being ugly, I do suggest literally walking up to that person and just saying the first thing that comes to your mind. If you walk up to them and you say, hey, I like how your eyebrows do that, and I would like to buy you a Long Island iced tea, just see how it goes. That might work for them. But I can tell you, the thing that never works is having a game or some type of gimmick or some like very played out, tired, or just very rehearsed approach. It never works, even no matter how attractive or unattractive or you looking like person you are. And really, the worst thing that'll happen is they will lie to you, because a lot of people just have a hard time being honest. And so they won't flat out tell you, I don't like your nose shape. They will say, I have a boyfriend, or I'm in a relationship, or I'm with a friend, or, you know, some type of lie, basically, to make you feel better. So at least know that. At least know that even though you have to go home with your face, this person doesn't want to make you feel bad, and they don't want to knock you when you're down. And anything that bad that really comes of it is just going to be in a group chat far, far away that you will never see. My advice on how to flirt is to just be honest and be yourself. Your face is. So might as well just be consistent. And now a word from our sponsor. Speaking of crushes, go ahead and crush the competition. Go ahead and crush your taxes because of all of the profits that you've made with your Squarespace website, because you can set up a whole e-commerce site. You can set up a site for yourself to promote yourself or your business. Maybe you make your own silk barrettes. Whatever it is that you do, Squarespace has the tools for you. Everything from building your site, picking the templates, picking the fonts, picking the colors. Helvetica, tired. Let's go with Cooper Black. Go ahead and build your brand, build up your brand presence with a website through Squarespace. I have 2 websites with Squarespace, one for myself and then one for my new business that you guys will hear about more when I have more to talk about. You don't look like a Tonka truck. You don't look like a stack of Jenga. You don't look like checkers. So then why are you playing with yourself? Make yourself a website with my link down below and get a whole 10% off. All right, take yourself seriously. Back to the video. All right, everyone, that was our show. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back very soon on the Jade Fox Advice Show. Have a good night. Be safe. Drive safe. See you soon.